Yeah. Here's what I've been watching the past 2 days, 3 days. Not in a row. I hardly seen most of these, but over the weekend I went to Blockbuster. I was talking about bought some DVDs, and I've gone to the library as well to watch some movies. I dropped my son off for an hour or so to let him play with the kids at the computer area, the children's library section. I go and I get it. Here's the DVDs I got at Blockbuster. Here's the new one. I Sell the Dead. Okay. Dominic Monaghan. Dominic Monaghan. I guess he was in one of those Lord of the Rings trilogy things. Larry Fessenden, Angus Scrim from he's in it. He's got a good part in there. From Phantasm, the tall man in Phantasm's in it. This is a new movie, and Ron Perlman. I Sell the Dead. If you pine for that delectable golden era of ghoulish, Bodis ripping, big screen terror, excuse me, I Sell the Dead is the fright flick for you. And that's Chris Alexander, Fangoria Magazine. This is a new movie. Go get it. It's cool. For what you're gonna get in production and everything these days. This is alright. Alright. This is Clive Barker's Book of Blood. This is a new DVD as well, new copy. 2009. It's a new movie. Clive Barker. He started with the Books of Blood as his early writings, and they went back to the beginning for this movie. Hellraiser and Rawhead Rex and all these. I don't know. He must have had more than that. I know he did Nightbreed, things like that, but to film adaptation. It's pretty cool. It's a ghost story. Gotta watch it. And he talks through it. He's on the DVD specials. Clive Barker, more or less 2009. It's interesting. I won't give the secrets away. Then you got Monty Python. I haven't seen this yet. My son has. This is the theatrical release for Monty Python. Almost the Truth, the Lawyer's Cut. And it's got like chapters on it. I warned you. Dads and dog turds. Pulling frosty faces. How it all began. Stop this, it's silly. A dirty quest. Brian and Wadger. Wadger with a W. Every scene is sacred and a flying solo. Flying solo. Please note that no lawyers survived the making of this film. And then you got, the library fair. Here's what I saw that was kind of neat. And this is what's inspiring me to keep talking to myself. How's that? If I could find the damn thing, I just put it down. There it is. This is a new viewing. I never saw this before. I've seen it around. I never saw it. This is probably, what is it, 2000 something, 2005 or so? 2006 is. It's an independent. The Devil and Daniel Johnston. Alright? This guy's supposedly, alive and kicking. And it's a independent film, and it's about a guy who suffered for his art. And he was on MTV. He had a brief run at what he did, and people know about him, and Kurt Cobain knew about him, and everybody knew about him, and everything, and they still do. And I guess right now he's still, at least at the finish of this film, the year this film was put together. He's overseas and he's playing. This is a great. There's a few of them they got at New Hartford Library that are basically like, people who have problems or are perceived to have, some kind of a problem, triumphant, and they come out of their shell or somewhere where they become some kind of a, it's something. They do something good, and with what they're doing, and they deserve the dignity of I want to say respect. Daniel Johnston. He's a musician. He did home demos on a cassette tape. I had the same cassette tapes. He's a little older than me. He's older than me. But I had the same Centron or whatever the hell they were, 30-minute per side cassette tapes on the same mono with the big clunker buttons and the speaker on it, recording the television shows off the television speaker rather. Emmett Otter, Jug Band Christmas. I wanted to have that for my cassette collection, and I used to draw the pictures on the cassettes that made I felt very sad to admit it, or not. I felt very like I relate to this kind of guy. He was treated 5 years in a mental hospital, on and off. And whether it's opening my eyes to something I'm not sure about myself or what. I guess guys my age, they go, I was always a woman. No, I wasn't always a woman. Well, maybe I'm like Daniel Johnson. That's what I think. Thinking maybe I'm not, you know what I mean? But actually I'm not. I don't have any ambition to do a lot of things. But as a kid growing up, I can tell you, I resembled the period. There was maybe a lot of kids like us. I don't know. Same kind of. We must have had a lot of commonality in America, middle class, lower middle class people that were trying to make it, with the Grover and the Sesame Street and television kept everybody kind of looking and talking and walking the same way for most of it. Whether we grew up to be this or that is another story. At the time we were all kids, America, we all waited for Sunday night movie at the same time to watch the same movie before Monday. It wasn't like the choices were there. So I related to a lot of that nostalgia. This is when you got nothing else to do, and maybe you're fighting your depression or whatever. You don't want to feel bad or whatever. You got nothing else to do. Get Casablanca. You got to get Casablanca. You can learn from this movie something new about life, an insight, if you're looking for it. Every time you view it, there's something about this movie. Maltese Falcon I had over Saturday. Something about it, I don't know. That's where I'm going. I don't know what level or whatever, spiritual, philosophical, emotional, regional, political. Casablanca and Maltese Falcon for me. I've been buying Italian bread too, so watch out. I spend the extra money for a loaf of fresh Italian bread. And then you get Tyler from Papa. This is what I had. I had this one. This is Mickey Mouse's Riddle Book. This is one I had when I was at the age to watch the Mickey Mouse, but maybe kindergarten. I gave it to my son for his kindergarten. It's not the same copy. I found it years later. Copyright 72. What three-letter word is a mousetrap? See, boys and girls? A cat. A cat is a three-letter word for a mousetrap. Go figure. I think that's awesome. Disney's Wonderful World of Reading. Remember this? I love it. It's on my bank. That's on a shelf next to my bed all the time with my son. For my son. This is the book of the beloved and the lover and the beloved. Ramon Lull. The Book of the Lover and the Beloved was translated from Catalan, I guess is how you say it, by the late Professor Alison Peers in 1923, and subsequently revised in 1946 for the SPCK edition. The text printed here is substantially that of Peers, but I have taken the liberty of slightly modernizing the language, and at certain points simplifying the punctuation. This is not therefore a new translation, but an attempt to present Peers' text in a form which may appeal to a wider audience. Kenneth Leach. It's incredible to me that some of the things. Tell us, fool, which existed first, your heart or of love? He answered and said, both my heart and love came into existence together, for if that were not so, the heart would not have been made for love, or love made for reflection. The paths of love are both long and short, for love is clear, bright, pure, and true, subtle yet simple, strong, diligent, brilliant, and abounding both in fresh thoughts and in old memories.